The wallet, a vessel for holding banknotes, cash, and now cards since the early 1960s, dates back to the 17th century, at least in the Western world. Using one of the most popular and durable materials available at that time, the use of leather for crafting wallets has carried over for centuries, that is, until the last few decades. As good as leather continues to be for traditional billfolds and heritage-inspired designs, wallet manufacturers have looked to even more durable materials to integrate into their blueprints. The most hard-wearing wallets available today are the ones crafted from metal. Whether it's aircraft-grade aluminum, tried-and-true stainless steel, or more premium alloys like titanium, your choices are now extremely plentiful. So today we're taking a closer look at the best metal wallets money can buy to cut through the noise by rounding up what we consider to be the cream of the crop. So let's dive right in with our first metal wallet pick from Fantom. We understand that with every best of guide just how helpful it can be to get the publisher's thoughts on the best overall or just get this pick from the get-go. So here it is. Our best overall metal wallet goes to the Fantom M, whose full aluminum chassis and uber-smooth card fanning deployment was enough to snag our top spot. We'd be comfortable saying that Fantom wallets are an EDC staple. The manual card fanning technology is Fantom's wow factor, apart from its partial metal build. The Fantom M Wallet is also a customizable system and fully MagSafe compatible, and stands as the most premium Fantom wallet option, followed by the X and then the Fantom S. First, you're able to choose between one of three carry capacities: extra slim at 4 to 7 cards, slim at 5 to 10, and regular at 7 to 13. Then you can select one of two wood finish options for the exterior panels, ours here the walnut version, or a stealthy carbon fiber inlay. Now, the lever is insanely satisfying to use. Pull outward on the lever and it whips out the cards in an even fan for incredibly quick access that puts all other standard card holders to shame, and it returns to its default position smoothly like so. The only thing the Fantom M does struggle with, in our opinion, is carrying cash. With a deployment mechanism that's only meant to fan out cards, you end up having to stash your cash in the same real estate as the cards, so you do end up losing some card capacity by doing so. That being said, if you have quite a few cards you absolutely need to have on person, we'd recommend looking at the regular size that comes a bit wider and accommodates 7 to 13 cards, as opposed to the slim version or extra slim version rated for 4 to 7 cards. Metal hasn't always been a conventional or historical, shall we say, method of carrying around financial carry. Before the advent of credit and debit cards in the late 1950s, having a wallet that bent and morphed and conformed with the cash it held just made more sense, and it didn't necessitate the use of anything more durable or rigid, or now with RFID protection. Just a quick side note, for anyone unfamiliar with RFID, it stands for Radio Frequency Identification, and although it's still relatively unlikely to happen, informational theft, wireless informational theft, can happen like pickpocketing, and your chances go up in very crowded and highly trafficked areas, and it can also happen in a matter of seconds unless you're protecting yourself. Metal, unlike most leathers, fully blocks radio frequencies, so most of our wallets will certainly come with a fair amount of protection, as a natural byproduct or added bonus. As such, in today's day and age, carrying cards naturally comes with a new set of demands as cash is falling toward the wayside. First, you want to protect the cards you're carrying to keep them in good physical shape. And second, you want to protect your sensitive financial information from theft. One of the best metal wallets for doing so in a highly tactical form factor is the American-made Dango A10 Adapt wallet, a hyper-durable full 6061 aerospace-grade aluminum wallet capable of wrangling up to 5 cards at a time, held in by Dango's patent-pending quick-release rail mechanism that locks and gently applies pressure to the cards, keeping them in place when not intended for use. The wallet looks complex with a uniform raw metal build with ample chamfers and grip points, but the machining is essentially made up of 3 pieces, held together by about 10 or so silver hex screws that sport a higher level of polish than that of the stonewash finish of the 3 main components. The Adapt name comes from the ability for the A10 to accept all kinds of Dango adapters, accessories, and cards, which they sell as wallet add-ons. Plus, they have a number of cool backplates like a walnut and G10 version if you want to mix it up and change it from its full metal build. But in terms of default capacity without any of their add-ons, Dango rates the A10 at 5 cards max, which is definitely not at the top of our list for this guide for this metric. You can stow away 4 cards in the back and 1 up front, a good place to stow an ID or your most used credit or debit card. There are plenty of suppliers who have found ways to make a wallet multifunctional, and one of our favorites to do so is Gerber, who have created the GDC money clip that not only holsters your cards and cash, but a titanium-coated 3.6-inch knife under a G10 scale with a high-vis green thumb ring and a matching green liner. The clip on the opposite side of the blade is just about a 1/4 inch thick, and we found it does best with 7 standard-sized credit cards, or a few less than that and a fold of cash. Official capacity states 4 credit cards and 4 bills, so 8 total items isn't too far off, and we think this is a pretty fair assessment. Although the clip design itself is fairly standard, we like that it's wide and applies even, strong pressure to the card, so there's not really any margin of error here for the cards or cash to fall out. Switching back to the other side, we love the blade locking design. It's simple but effective, and it can be deployed with a single hand by using your thumb to press this button with the Gerber logo and pushing up on the base of the blade. And if you look closely, there's also a notch at the top here, so there's no chance of the blade slipping out in your pocket when not in use. One thing to note, as will be the case with metal wallets in general, we did feel as though the Gerber GDC money clip was fairly heavy, even without adding in cards and cash, and we understand why, the inclusion of the knife being a big factor here, but the 3-ounce weight unpacked is noteworthy. This will not be the lightest metal wallet to carry around. For example, we have a titanium machine era card holder coming up, and that wallet weighs just 0.8 ounces unpacked, or our next pick, the Spine titanium wallet, at just 0.7 ounces. So sometimes you don't need all the bells and whistles. As such, our next pick is a purposeful deviation as an ultra minimalist, ultra thin metal wallet that more or less acts as a skeleton for your cards and cash. The aptly named Spine titanium wallet is just a thin one-piece titanium sheet, the size of your average credit card with a premium elastic band that functions as a skeleton to give your financial carry some structure in the pocket. Your next step down would just be an elastic band, but the Spine keeps everything structured and in place better than any solo elastic band would. And the full titanium construction makes it feel on person as though it's not even there at all at just 0.7 ounces. We were curious about the weight of our sample cards, so we weighed one, and one of those came out to just 0.2 ounces. That means that the Spine titanium wallet is just below the weight of 4 average credit cards, which is absolutely ghost-like on person. Capacity is really unlimited here, as the band has a really high degree of stretch despite its durable build, but just as an example, we put about 6 cards and some cash, just to give you an idea about how the Spine looks with an average carry. Now, if you're wanting the same sort of low-profile metal wallet as the Spine, but want a wallet that completely encompasses your cards but stays as thin as possible, let us introduce you to the Secrid Cardprotector. The full metal shell is most similar to Ekster's offerings, if you're familiar with them, and if you don't happen to be, no worries, go check them out, as they make some great metal wallets as well. But stick around to the end of this guide because they are actually our last feature. Anyway, the Secrid Cardholder is only about 8mm thick and is capable of wrangling 4 embossed cards or 6 completely flat cards. We have flat ones on hand and found their assessment to be very accurate in this regard. Something that you're going to miss with the Spine wallet, unless you keep the titanium face toward the outside of the pants pocket, is RFID protection. Now, RFID devices have a hard time penetrating metallic surfaces, so if you want ultimate peace of mind, you're going to need a metal wallet that completely encloses your cards, and the Secrid Cardholder does just that. In terms of feature set and deployment, the Cardholder uses a plastic trigger-like button on the bottom to fan your cards in a manner also quite similar to Ekster's cardholders, but even more low profile by comparison. Before moving on, we do have to mention that although the colorway is technically titanium, you're not actually getting a full titanium build like the Spine wallet. In this case, it's a titanium color finish, but the base metal is aluminum that still allows the cardholder to stay fairly lightweight at just 1.7 ounces. Back in 2013, Paul Kane and his father Daniel launched a Kickstarter that would usher in a new wave of ultra-compact cardholder wallets. Definitively leading the pack to this day is their creation, the Ridge wallet. You can't not include in a metal wallet guide, since they are largely the supplier who ushered in this metal cardholder era. As such, we've given it the title of the best original metal wallet if you're looking for the exact model that began the trend. The main 2 selling points are the design's ease of use and its minimalism. 2 RFID blocking grade 2 titanium panels held together by an ultra durable elastic band with a manual finger notch for deployment, and that's it. The Ridge originally set out to be the wallet that holds the most cards with the thinnest overall profile, and it does so by keeping tension on the 2 titanium panels with a high-strength elastic band seamlessly built into the panels themselves. It also functions as an exterior cash clip. At 3.38 inches long by 2.12 inches wide by 6mm thick, the Ridge is the exact same size as your typical credit card, which is to say you'll notice the edges of the exterior panels and the cards themselves are flush. The Ridge wallet now comes in a wide range of colors and materials. Ours here is the titanium version, but some of their other popular designs are the aluminum version, Ridge's original release, and a carbon fiber version. The Ridge officially rates the Ridge wallet for up to 12 cards and a fold of cash under the exterior band, and we think this is pretty accurate. You could even fit 5 more cards if you really wanted to. We don't see any use case for more than 12 cards though, so just stick with the recommendation from Ridge to keep the wear and tear to a minimum. And speaking of, Ridge also supplies replacement bands as an additional purchase in case anything detrimental happens to the originals. We have yet another ultra lightweight metal wallet worth considering, only this time it's actually full titanium with a similar matte finish as the Ridge wallet card holder and offers up just a touch more structure than the full, similarly compact titanium spine wallet. The Machine Era Grade 5 Titanium Slim Wallet is our best titanium wallet pick because 1, it's just a great, simple, and effective design. And 2, it employs premium grade 5 titanium as its titanium alloy of choice. So a few things to note about the Machine Era Grade 5 Titanium Slim Wallet. First, it's rated for 7 cards, although we think it does slightly better with 6, as you're going to have credit cards and other cards with embossing that increases the overall thickness of your standard card by a millimeter or so. Second, there's a thumb slot that in theory would allow you to push down and forward on the top card for deployment. That being said, if you max out the capacity, this actually becomes fairly difficult to use as the card stays snug and doesn't want to budge. In our experience, it's actually far easier to flip the wallet over and deploy a card from the open face here. Third, the thumb slot still has a function even if you don't use it for its primary purpose, a bottle opener. Check it out. Fourth is an elastic band. A lot of these very minimalist metal wallets will use one to keep cards secure if they have an open face design. If you get a cheap Amazon knockoff, you're going to kick yourself because 9 times out of 10, this will be the failure point. But the Machine Era Titanium Slim Wallet uses a very thick, very premium elastic here, so that should last for years with proper care. Lastly, just like the Spine Wallet, if you're concerned about RFID protection, this may not be the metal wallet for you, as it does use an open face design, and even if you're careful to keep the metal side facing outward in your pocket, you also have to make sure that the chips are all face down and not in line with the thumb slot and exposed. Long story short, if you absolutely need full peace of mind with full RFID protection, look elsewhere. We always love to include dedicated American-made gear in our guides, so following suit, our best American-made metal wallet comes from Trayvax, who manufacture the Element wallet. This metal-leather hybrid wallet is raw, elemental, and as the name suggests, exceedingly rugged. The Element wallet is a 2-part design, 1 part top-grain black leather, the other stainless steel. The only third-party element are the hardware additions like the snap closure here and the use of mil-spec nylon paracord to affix the leather to the steel frame. Capacity lies at 3 to 10 cards, which doesn't necessarily help with size context, but this is to say that it will certainly depend on how much cash you carry as well. Trayvax saying a mix of 3 to 10 cards and 1 to 5 bills will just about max out the capacity. This side with the card selection window is meant to wrangle your cards, and on the 180, a cash clip for the bills. The metal frame also offers up a bit of extra convenience by way of a bottle opener just south of the attachment points, and these points are great if you want to secure the wallet at any point to a carabiner or some form of keychain, and uses a line of pocket knife-like jimping for grip. For its heavy industrial style leanings, we appreciate that the feel in hand is quite lightweight. Unfilled, the Element wallet is just 3.5 ounces, our measurement, which is about 1.5 ounces lighter than the official specification of 5 ounces on their site. We're going to top off our guide with another classic metal wallet contender that's closest in this guide to the Secrid Cardprotector in form and function. The Ekster aluminum card holder uses a similar 360-degree, all-encompassing rectangular form with an open top and a trigger at the bottom to deploy, or more specifically, to fan the cards in a manner convenient to grab and use. Both of the trigger-like mechanisms on these 2 wallets are fun to use as they offer a fidget factor in the process, but compared to the Secrid Cardprotector, the trigger on the Ekster card holder does feel in hand as though it has the upper edge in terms of ergonomics and hard-wearing build quality. The outer on this unit is a space-grade 6061 T6 aluminum, uses an expandable backplate of the same material and finish, and secures both together with a silicone band that also holsters an Airtag. The outer on this unit is a space-grade 6061 T6 aluminum, uses an expandable backplate of the same material and the same finish, and secures both together with a silicone band that holsters an Airtag and a fold of cash on the 180. This backplate is also handy for protecting any card stored outside the main compartment with RFID protection. At checkout, Ekster also sells an optional tracker card powered by Chipolo Tech with 200 feet, or 60 meters, of Bluetooth 4.0 range, and a worldwide lost and found platform, and is compatible with iOS and Android devices alike. And that brings us to the end of our best metal wallet guide. Thank you for sticking with us to the end, and as always, make sure to check out our editorial guide on HICONSUMPTION.com, and feel free to drop us a line below with any metal wallets we left out you think deserve recognition.